back to Fareel with Farah and
Salil.
Salil. And today we're like 50 shades of pink. Coincidentally.
definitely
Not
لا مو كويس قلت لك أنا بلبس
You told, but I forgot. And then,
ما عليه
so today it's Barbie style, Barbie core from
شوية
last
بس.
year, a little
شوية.
bit.
شوي summer vibes
Summer vibes,
Yeah.
yeah. Where the weather has been amazing. I'm loving it.
صح
The cool
شوية غبار.
breeze. No, it's been clear. We had a couple of days, but it's been clear. Cool breeze, you know.
رطوبة فرح محل مستانسة إنه رطوبة.
It's like that slight, يعني, 10-20% رطوبة. With like what, and then when the breeze comes, it's like such a cool breeze. So like, يعني, I've been walking outside, and it's like wow.
هو بالليل صراحة
Very
الجو وايد
nice.
حلو.
Yeah, taking advantage of that before it gets hell.
Before July and August hit.
Oh, July is
يلا
the
سترك.
worst.
Yeah.
July is the worst.
يلا سترك.
You know, in other cold countries, they get, what is it called? Seasonal depression sickness, the SSD.
Yes.
And here, we get it in the heat because we can't leave the house. It's
God.
too hot.
الحمد لله أنا كل مكان في AC.
It's like just that dry, it's just that walk from the car to
The guy who invented the AC راح يدش الجنة والسب الكويت و the people in Kuwait ودعاويهم.
We are number one country. There was even a report that was saying like, oh, birds are falling off from the heat, from the sky.
location wise احنا بنص الإكويتر يعني.
In the middle.
ما من مفر. Like we can't hide from it.
That bird thing, I think it's fake.
It's fake?
Yeah, because birds migrate when it's hot.
They migrate.
Oh, wait, you want an interesting fact? Iguanas fall from the sky in Miami.
Iguanas? شنو from the heat يعني؟
لا, so because like Florida is very tropical.
إيه.
And يعني it doesn't go, يعني usually we don't have winter. Like when I was there, we didn't have any winter. It was just like we would have 1 week of a cold front, and it wouldn't go like 10. It would get like to 10. That 10, if it goes below 20, like if it's 15, 16, chilly, people are getting out their boots and khas, this is winter. So once it drops, I think below 15, iguanas, because there's like a lot of big iguanas there, they freeze. Like literally they freeze, right. But they're alive. Their body freezes. So like say if they're climbing up a tree or they're on a branch and they're frozen, they just start falling off. And they even like put a warning, and they're like, if you see iguanas like upside down or falling off, just leave them because they will thaw. رح يذوبون لما once the sun comes out and it gets warm back.
Imagine you live like that, Celine.
Oh my God.
Once a year you get frozen and you fall off a tree.
تخيل. ليش؟ أحس I will melt. I wouldn't freeze صراحة.
Yeah.
I think I would melt.
Yeah, so they melt, like they wait for, like they thaw and melt, and then they go back to normal. So it's a very interesting thing, actually.
It is, ترى صدق, it is extremely interesting.
So we have a special delivery today from what's on the menu.
Ooh, I love this segment يا جماعة. صار my favorite segment.
Because
what's
food
on
is
the menu.
involved.
Definitely.
So
وإحنا we united على food فيعني.
So Bite.
Yes.
Sent us their special dessert.
Okay.
It's actually one thing that they have, and it's made from like this biscuit, and then with like topped with Belgian chocolate and small bites. And I've heard the hardest thing about it is just stopping, because supposedly it gets addictive, and people are eating it.
يلا. Let's do this, Benek.
Let's do it. Let's try it.
I have no idea what this is, but I've never seen it. First time.
خنشوف.
So this is Bite.
خنشوف. أنا صراحة I didn't look into it, and I did it for a reason يعني.
This is the bag. Thank you,
أهم
Bite.
شيء التصوير يبين. عمره كله رسنو. Okay.
Alright.
بس الباكجينج خيال.
It's so cute.
The color.
Such a nice for like.
ترى أنا عبالي أول ما شفتها من بعيد عبالي التشيز أبيض بس it's not.
It's such a nice like you know.
Sure you can.
يصير؟ Okay. بس الباكجينج خيال. اللون حلو.
So cute حاجة نكسة or something.
It's very elegant. Very
Elegante.
The shade itself يهبل. Okay, so it comes and you open it like this.
Very nice packaging. Ooh. Very elegante. Ooh, and it's 2 layers.
خيال. Okay, I do understand ليش قالوا إنه يعني once you start you can't stop لأنه هو.
They look cute.
هو مو bite size أقل من البتاع.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're minis.
دقيقة, I have to do something.
Salil and her smell test.
بس ريحته خيال. Yes, of course, please. ترى ريحته صدق حلوة. ما فيها زفر كاكاو. يلا فنروح start.
Until you do the honors today. Give us your review.
بعد قلبي.
Take a bite and give us your review.
Digestive.
Well, I don't know.
Some sort of a digestive
Yeah.
biscuit تحته.
So tiny.
يلا.
It's much tinier than I
أخذي واحد
expected.
وعطي شو اسمه.
It's much tinier than I expected. يعني completely. So tiny. See, compared to the mic.
Oh my god, so good. شنو رايكم؟ انا قلت لك صار صدق لذيذ وصدق we're not going to be able to stop.
It's very nostalgic. It gives me like that.
Yeah.
It's such a nostalgic flavor.
لذيذ. Thank you so much. Bite.
And it's such a good like thing to take with you whenever if you're going over to a gathering, a friend's house or something.
I don't think we're going to be able to stop صدق.
It melts in the mouth.
خيال.
And it's like so tiny but like full of flavor.
What do you think, Amar?
It's very good. I can taste milk though.
Milk chocolate?
Yeah, milk chocolate.
It is
It's
milk.
really there, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I like that.
supposedly Belgian chocolate, so
لذيذ. أحس بس أحتاج دلة قهوة عربية.
Ooh.
صح؟
Hey.
كان يبيله.
أو شاي كرك.
أو شاي
no, that's too sweet.
شاي كرك بدون شكر.
You can't, then it has to be condensed milk.
No. بس قهوة عربية. Definitely قهوة عربية.
You want me to say something controversial?
No.
I don't like chai karak.
عادي.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know a lot of
I like
people.
the OG like chai halib at home. اللي just normal milk with head.
لا شاي حليب is different than كرك.
I prefer that over that.
هذا غير وهذا غير.
You know, karak is a brand. It's that condensed milk. It's the brand. It's called karak.
Yeah, it's heavy, you know, and it's very sweet and very. I like the chai halib better because like it's the haze, za'faran, and then with the milk and the tea.
أنا عندي الشاي حليب. It's two different ingredients put together on the ratio that you like.
Yeah.
بس الكرك مكبوس. يعني شابسين الشاي مع الحليب.
أول مرة I hear someone
Use مجبوس.
مشبوس for.
شابسينه. ينحط مع بعض.
So basically it's حليب مشبوس.
شوية مع شاي يعني. الشاي هو اللي البهارات ماله يعني. بس
Yeah.
But it's so good.
But yeah, if you have like any friends gathering or something.
I'm definitely taking شو اسمه ordering a box for زوارتنا يوم السبت.
Yes.
Definitely.
انتوا كل اسبوع عندكم زوارات؟
Yes. كل سبت.
Yeah.
كل سبت زوارة.
عند أحد one of them.
بالضبط.
To cover the whole year.
بس خلاص بعدين.
It's actually reduced down. It used to have like 3 a week or something, right?
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah. I can't miss يعني بصراحة if I do miss one like I do feel شوية guilty. أنا ما أدري يعني أحس still family comes first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? يعني وصدق أيام اللي كان like three a week or whatever. لأنه يعني I still have family that lives abroad. whenever they come صدق يعني نستغل الفرصة. أكيد everyone that has family abroad يحسون بالموضوع. Whenever your family comes and visits in Kuwait. أنت غير عن الأوادم معلش.
لا بس I couldn't keep up with Sally. I was like, Sally, do you want to do? She's like, I have this. I'm like, oh sorry. And then I'm like, next week, another day. Sally, she's like, no, I have. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the schedule. I can't keep up. Just let me know whenever.
شو أسوي بعد؟ شو أسوي؟ والله I can't يعني أحس تأنيب بالضمير وما أدري. It's different when family comes over يعني.
Because we are family.
بالضبط. It's nostalgic شوية.
Talking about family and friends.
بالضبط. One thing that everyone talks about is toxic relationships.
Friendships, to be specific.
But no one mentions toxic friendships.
Yeah, there's toxic relationships, there's toxic friendships, and then usually people focus more on like people talk about the toxic relationships and all that, but there's another side of it, which is toxic friendships that not a lot of people talk about or a lot of people put up with.
A lot of people put up with. خاصة our society and our culture, a lot of people put up with بس لأن معارف ولا بين عيش وملح Well, because we've been friends for 5+ years, I have to put up with you.
يعني الحمد لله our friendship group, like I'm super grateful. Alhamdulillah, like it's a very healthy friendship group. We're all on the same page. We're all very supportive of each other. We're all very, you know, on the.
We keep it real.
We keep it real. Alhamdulillah, no toxicity. But so I haven't personally experienced that with friendship, but I've had some friends that come to me, talk to me about toxic friendships they've had or they've gone through where. So you gain insight on the different perspective, and it's like, oh wow, like you compare, like, oh thank God, like يعني, it gives you a greater appreciation to who you have as friends.
صح. The more you hear what your surroundings are going through, the more you sit back and count your blessings. صراحة. What is it like in the male society when it comes to toxic friendships?
As you said, we tolerate it.
A lot?
Yes, to the level where it's like khalas, we don't even talk about it, you know. It's like khalas, he's like that, just leave it be, you know. We tolerate whatever comes out, and we just try to enjoy the good times and, you know, let go of the others.
ما تواجهون الشخص. There's no a mini intervention going on.
Depends on how toxic they are.
Tonya, I was just gonna tell, like, it depends on the type of toxic. Like, for example, I know someone that's like, she has friends where it's like because, for example, they're insecure, the friend is insecure, they would put the other person down just to feel better. For example, say I'm insecure about something and I see like you're better than me in something else, I'll always like put you down. I'll be like, oh, like, you know, put you down or like whelm you or whatever, just to kind of feel, so you feel bad. That way, like it's an ego thing as well. That type of thing shouldn't be tolerated. You shouldn't tolerate someone, like as a friend, someone should always be supportive of you, should always put you up. You know, unless you're in the wrong, then she puts you in your place. That's different. But when, you know, they don't support you and they're always like trying to find ways to put you down or trying to find ways of like, you know, pinpointing the negative aspects of you. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and not focusing on the good. That in itself has to stop. Like you should take actions with that.
أحس إن الناس ما أنت قلتي يعني في أشياء قاعدة تصير or كلام قاعد ينقال in a huge negative perspective. But in order for us to grow as friends or as a relationship of friends, siblings, whatever it is, it needs to come out of love. And when it comes out of love, حتى how you address it, it's going to be different. It's not going to be negative. I don't have to put someone down.
Definitely.
To give them a reality check. مثلا Farah, you're doing something wrong. Okay, I would come and tell you. This is what يعني هذا شيء وايد حلو our friendship, our group of friends. إن okay, إذا أنا قاعد أشوف someone that's doing something wrong, راح أروح أقول له. ولكن I don't have to say it in a negative way or put them down. عشان والله I make myself feel better. No, it's not about me. It's about that person. And
you want them to be, that's what I'm saying, like you want them to be better. So like you keep them in check when like they're doing wrong. But it's like when they're always putting you down, and what I see it as always like, and that's when I always like count my blessings, like on days that you don't feel good and you go meet with these people and you feel recharged after and you feel good, that's how you know it's a healthy relationship. That's how you know it's good. But so when you come out of that, say you made up for dinner or a gathering or whatever, and you come out of that feeling worse than you went into it, that's how you know it's not good.
لا صح كلامك 100%.
يعني,
I totally agree.
Because that's like multiple times, like I would, you know, be having a bad day or not feeling good, and then like I meet a friend or we go out for dinner or something, and like I come out of it feeling so good, feeling recharged, and like wow, you know, I needed this. Thank you guys, you know, for like bringing me back again. But like if you were to go on that dinner or on that like outing and you come out of it feeling feeling worse than you,
just heavy
because of like how their energy was,
that's a red flag.
Toxicity number one.
لاحظت إن في ناس they from like literally out of love من كثر ما هم they love their friends and they love their surroundings, they're not going to be able to identify their toxic friends from their normal friends. They're like, oh, I think this is normal. It's
or they make
fine.
excuses for them.
وحتى those types of excuses اللي هم they're gonna put for them هم ما راح يلاحظونها.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to notice it. But how do you actually pinpoint something like that to certain people?
I feel like صح كلامك لأن like you know sometimes they're just because ساعات like you have some type of people which are like super nice, super naive, they're easily taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And you're like you need someone like a good friend on the side to wake you up, be like, hey, you know, Tara, this person is, you know, why are you allowing this person to treat you this way? Why are you allowing this to happen to you? You don't deserve this. You don't do that. Because like sometimes you have those people that are too nice to notice. They're just like super nice, super naive, where it's like they accept it and like they're taken advantage of. And, you know, that's when you need a good friend on the side to be like, wake up, smell the coffee.
Yeah, but at the same time, people live in different paces. People live in different speeds, and sometimes somebody might see somebody else and be like, oh, they're not living up to their potential, and they would start pinpointing things and trying to help, but they don't understand that that person lives on a different pace than you. Like I literally have both examples in my life. I have a friend that lives very fast, does everything very fast, everything on point, كل شيء, you know, لازم أخلص الحين, you know. And another friend that's very chill with life, and that's how he wants to see it. But this friend doesn't like this guy because he thinks he's not living, you know, the way he should. You know, he's not, you know, following his dreams. Or he's lazy.
Mahli, help each other.
Exactly. But instead, it's a thing with guys. There's a lot of narcissism and a lot of misogyny with guys, by the way. We cannot talk to each other the way girls talk with each other. It's a whole different game, you know. If a guy comes with a group of guys and says, don't say that about a woman, you know.
Yeah.
We have to be all on the same page. Oh, we're guys. Oh, we do this to women. Oh, that's how it is. It's a lot of fakeness.
A lot of what?
Fakeness.
A lot of with guys, it's a lot of ego. So a lot of times it's ego driven.
لازم.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's why like you have to put your egos aside sometimes.
حتى احنا in our culture, I've noticed that يعني وحدتي oh هلا حبيبتي حياتي, how are you? You know, the whole thing. Minute she leaves the room,
exactly.
قرض.
Yeah.
See, that's why this is something I can't tolerate.
احنا وجوهنا معبرة.
Like I'm someone that's direct. I don't sugarcoat things. Like, you know, يعني if it doesn't like يعني, you know, I won't tolerate that. Like even if I know someone is like, I know that person's talking about. Like, or I know that. So I was like, even like the way I say hi, it's not gonna be like, oh hi, وما أدري شنو. I'm just like, salam, يعني just salam lalla, you know, like just keep it formal, keep it nice, keep it clean, you know. خلاص, just move on with your life.
Yeah. في ناس like there are some people within the community, let's say, or the يعني your surroundings that you would be like, I don't have to be nice to them, بس okay, I'm gonna be friendly لأن no harm, you know.
Yeah, like
السلام لله.
yeah.
بس في ناس يعني sorry حتى السلام لله you don't even want it. I've taken that صراحة route with certain people in my life.
Yeah. What I try to do is I just try to take myself out of that setting. Like whenever I feel like a setting is not serving me, or like those people like are not serving me or whatever, and it's not family or anything, I just remove myself out of it peacefully. I don't like no drama. I don't like, you know, issues. Just all right, bye, you know.
No one seeks drama, okay? No one is actively looking for trouble.
I think there is.
But some people attract it. Like, I don't know how. Like, they just put themselves into positions where it's like sometimes, يعني, common sense.
Yeah, when a person is extremely in tunnel vision mode and they see life as it's their own movie, they disregard other people's feelings and how they live and their routine, and they're just doing what they do. You know, you disregard somebody else's life, then that's huge disrespect, and a lot of people do that.
This is something I really want to highlight. This tunnel vision life, we can't have it. لأنه okay, أنا الحين قلت لك شيء عمر, and I meant it. Whatever it is, okay? أنت on the other hand you came وأنت فهمتني غلط. بس لما أنا قلت الجملة أنا لازم أحط نفسي بمكانك as well.
Exactly.
حتى لو I meant it. أنا قاعد أقول أنا قلت لك XYZ. بنفس الوقت الكلام اللي أنا قلته أنا مثلا ما سبيتك ما ضريتك بس قلت لك جملة it's a bit خلينا نقول tough. ما بقول harsh. أنا قاعد أقول لك ما سبيتك ما ضريتك. قلت لك جملة and I meant it. It was a bit too direct. Okay. أنا I mean it. بس بنفس الوقت I have to put myself in عمر's shoes.
Of course.
Okay. وأحط نفسي مكان عمر إنه إذا عمر زعل.
That's what's called emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
Someone has to be emotional, like you have to be, that's when with communication, you can't just say whatever you want to say, even like, okay, even if you're a direct person, but there's something called emotional intelligence where you have to, like, you said, put yourself in someone else's position. Maybe that person's having a bad day. Maybe they're going through something. Yeah, and just have those things, like that emotional intelligence where it's like, okay, like deliver it in a nicer way. Say like try to مثلا ease into it whatever even if that's هذا ease into it.
مو هذا هو أنا قاعد أقول بالله خانني التعبير. Okay. وأنا قلت something very direct very harsh إنزين بس بنفس الوقت I meant it بس I never meant to أجرح الطرف الثاني.
That's what brings us to communication.
إيه. فأنا شنو أول شيء لازم أسويه إنزين أنا الحين قلت هالجملة حقك عمر الحين I'm directing it to you. لازم أحط نفسي in your shoe ولا سمح الله عمر زعل مني بكلمة أنا قلتها إنزين I need to address it. هي عمر ترى أنا أدري قلت 1 2 3 بس ترى I meant it as ABC.
Yeah.
That's why like that's another thing where like a lot of people don't take accountability. Like if they were, say for example, as you said, like I said something wrong, like you didn't like, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry that I didn't mean it in that way. You should be take accountability.
I don't take accountability.
Don't be like make it like okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean it in that way.
لا, if you meant it, it's okay not to apologize. لأن بالنهاية you meant it. But at least
but sometimes like it's a misunderstanding where it's like I say something to you, and you took it in a way where it came off as something, but I didn't mean it in that way.
بالضبط.
And maybe sometimes like sometimes you say shit, where you don't mean it in a certain way, but and like someone can mean it, can understand it differently.
صح.
Where it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean it in that way. What I meant it was this way, whatever. And if you do feel like I'm sorry, if it did hurt your feelings, I'm sorry about that. Yes. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
هذا موقف بسيط إنزين. It can shift a friendship from a really good one to a really bad one. فليش we go to two different extremes when someone doesn't know how to take accountability. The least we can do is go up and explain. ناس ما قلت لك I don't have to be apologetic but I do have to take accountability for what I said. الكلام اللي طلع مني. في ناس وايد ما راح تسوي هالشيء وتسوي نفسها حوله. I wake up the next day ولا كني قايلت لك شيء عمر. هاي عمر شلونك شخبارك وأنا أشوف عمر مطنقر علي.
But also it's a two-way thing because like say you woke up the next morning and you're like you didn't know he's upset about you.
Yes.
فأنت you woke up the next day acting normal because you don't know why. And then like when you go to ask the other person, this is another thing too. Like say he took it in the wrong way and you didn't know. And then like you're acting normal because you didn't know what's going on. And then that person's acting off. And then you ask that person, what's going on? What's wrong? And they tell you nothing. It's their issue as well because they have to communicate. They have to be like, hey, yesterday you said something and I didn't like it. More ignore خلاص, like because there's a lot of people like they just start ignoring you and like cutting you off and then you're like, what's going on?
No. If a person comes up or مثلا asks what's going on, okay, and the reply is like them coming up to you and asking you what's going on, that's check. Okay.
لأن الصدق sometimes like you say things and that's happened to me before. Like I've said something, I didn't mean it to come off in a way, and then like that other friend actually came to me the next day. She was like, listen, yesterday you said something that really bothered me. Chidi.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it in that way. But it's like if she had just gone on and like ignored me for a whole week and didn't talk to me and just disappeared and I'm just there like lost, like what's going on? Why should I talk to me? That's and it's the other person's fault here because you didn't like bring it up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of people have huge problems with confrontation.
صح.
confrontation is a huge thing, by the way.
Yeah. No, but when it comes to friendships,
When it's a close-
ما المفروض يكون
إيه.
موجود.
Yes, but even with friends, there's this confrontation thing
Yes.
that people have problems with.
لا أنا قاعدة أشوف عمر is acting weird towards me وآخر كلمة انقالت مني أنا لازم واجب علي I go up to you and ask you what's wrong. لما أنت تقول لي nothing and you just brush it off and you continue ignoring كيفك خلاص أنا استوعبت إن عمر خذ قرار وأنا سويت اللي أنا حزتها أقدر أحط راسي على المخدة أنا مرتاحة لأن أنا سألت. I asked الجهة I asked the الطرف الثاني what's going on. بس لما ما أسأل no there's a red flag. معناته at least this is how I look at it. لما I see you just ignoring me or brushing it off or you don't want to talk to me, I know there's something pissing Umar off and I don't go and address it. معناته أنا أصلاً أنا بايعة هالفرنشيب and it's on me. and أنا اللي غلط I didn't confront عمر. يعني شوفي your friend اللي كانت زعلانة ويت قالت لك صراحة أهنيها.
لا that's something I want to happen because like I don't want to go on with my day thinking like nothing is wrong and then like you disappear on me for like 3 days and it's like what's wrong with her, where's she, like I would call no answer or whatever. Okay, even if say you want to take 2 days and just to clear your head off, it's fine, be like oh sorry tara like A B C D whatever, but just don't like go and
صح.
Yeah, even if you don't want anything to do with this friendship, at least end it properly. Talk to that person and end it.
Be like,
at the same time, with this whole thing, like people are too sensitive. People are extremely sensitive. على طول,
certain.
I don't want to talk about it. They feel bad about it. Me and my friends, most of the time, these things are brushed off in a joke.
With guys in general,
أحس. قلت عني كذي, أنا بقول عنك كذي, خلاص. I give you another pinch. You pinched me, I'm gonna pinch you. We're good.
Yes.
But
I don't think guys confront each other.
Not the same way girls do. We don't sit and talk about it deeply,
No.
like unless it's a huge
They throw it
problem.
out.
Unless
They just
it's a
throw
huge
it out.
problem.
لا,
We throw most of it out.
It's a pinch on a pinch على قولتك.
Exactly.
صح.
Yeah. And we understand.
Yeah.
And Thani, he pinched me because I said something.
Yeah.
I get it. That's where I stop.
It's a whole different world when we compare like the female aspect to male aspect.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to be here to give the
ترى صدق والله ترى والله صدق.
Different perspectives.
I love it.
So what do in your opinion, what do you look for in a friend, or like what are your top 3 qualities of a close friend? Not say whatever, not top 3, whatever number you want to give عادي يعني.
أول شيء honesty.
Definitely.
Okay, honesty is like something really important. Communication and loyalty. صراحة. Communication is number 1 in any relationship, whether it's mother-daughter, whether it's family, it's friends, partners of life, whatever it is. If you know how to communicate, you're good. Okay? وطبيعي, it's extremely normal to have communication issues.
Or arguments or whatever. It's normal. Like brother and siblings have it, parents have it, everyone has it. So it's normal. It's just navigating around it. Yes.
Like choosing, I know how extremely difficult it is for us to choose our vocab. But being smart about it can change the reaction of the person in front of you 180 degrees.
Of course, yeah.
But it's crazy. Sometimes you just like meet people, like meet someone and then, you become friends with them. And then from day one, you just feel like you've known this person for ages. Like, oh, wow, like you click from like
the get-go.
From the beginning. And it's like, wow, it's as if we've been friends for ages.
Yeah.
And then there's other friends where it's like, you've known each other before and then like time passes where you're not close and then suddenly something happens and you guys just...
لا فروح أنا وياك أنت لما رحتي you continued your studies abroad in Florida, in the States.
We lost contact.
We did lose contact in between.
As I mentioned from the first episode, you're the type of friend where even when time passes, like no matter how much time passes, like that we are disconnected or don't talk to it, the minute we come back,
خلاص.
as if no time has passed.
بالضبط. وصدق this was
This
how
is very rare because like a lot of like I've lost a lot of friendships من ناحية like because of the distance or whatever they've moved on. But like you're one of the very few people where like we lost contact for what, like 6-7 years,
بالضبط.
and then like we would see each other here and there but not as much, and then like we come back, it's as if no time has passed.
بالضبط. صدق
Yeah,
صدق كنا
that's literally friends for life.
Yeah.
That's how you get a friend for life.
Yeah.
احساء الشعور اللي كنا last week اصلا we had like our friendship دوانية.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like she's one of like the few people.
Yeah, everything changes except the friendship.
Yeah.
And
Life goes on.
I also believe I think same for women. Every person should have a few type of friends.
Yes.
And I have this one friend that I only game with. He's a very good friend of mine. We talk, but we don't talk about deep things like that. Mostly we game. It's light.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't feel like I want to talk. You know.
Yeah صح.
There's other days I feel like I want to talk. I see my other friend.
Yeah.
He deep guy, sensitive. I know we can talk about deep things. A whole other guy. Okay, I need business advice. That guy, he's my friend. We're 3 of them. They're very close friends of mine, but completely different. And I use them. They're friends, and they know that. And sometimes we all chill together, which is fun, you know. But every person has to have, you know, these different outlets, you know,
صح صح صح.
separate.
Yeah, there's like each friend has a strength where you go to, like, you know, a certain friend you go to for certain advice and another friend you go to for a different type of advice. There's always like that one, like each person has adds something special to the friendship group.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it special أصلا. يعني the strengths of each people coming together, and it makes
I have صراحة 2 main friends اللي I find peace with them. تعرفون الفريندز اللي حتى وانتوا قاعدين in silence doing nothing, it's not awkward. It's just peaceful. You feel safe with them.
Exactly.
You know. طبيعي I talk deep things with them ويعني different aspects of my life what not. بس حتى قاعدة in silence, it's not awkward. صراحة. And I think this is what checks the friendship box.
Definitely. Like when you guys can just be chilling, doing nothing, and it's خلاص you enjoy each other's company as is. That's what, as you said, that's what checks off their friendship.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to like خلاص you get to know the person on a deeper level, so like you can start joking around or saying things like passive aggressively, and they won't like
يزعلون.
Yeah.
Then what about you guys? Like top 3 خلينا نقول, or things you look in a friend.
Yeah, that's the thing I want to talk about. Yes, it's something. I don't like having a friend that's useless in my life. I have to do something with each of my friends. Anything, any project, like you guys are doing when you have this podcast, something يجمعكم, you know. I can't have a friend that's useless in my life. Even the friend that I only game with, we have a little side project on the side. You know?
Okay.
I cannot stand it if I'm not improving their life or they're improving mine, you know.
Wow.
I cannot stand it. What are you doing in my life? You're useless. Even if it might be selfish, but no, I'm improving your life too.
But it could be,
what is a friend for,
that's what I mean. Like that could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a project. It could be just like someone that you can confide with. Or like, you know, when you feel like down or whatever, you just call, you can call that person at any time and just like, talk to, or like, and vice versa, So it doesn't necessarily have, I understand what he means, like you need someone to add to your life, but it's not necessarily a physical. It could be like an emotional or mental or whatever it may be. And and for me, like vibe and energy, always the vibe and energy, number 1. And طبعا, like I'm not talking about in terms of like positive vibe, whatever. No, it's just like clicking, you know, like the chemistry, the energy, trust,
always.
And then as you said, like loyalty, knowing that that person is going to be there for you, and
that's really hard to find these days.
It's very hard, and that person has to be clean-hearted, and they're going to be supportive of you and not see you as a competition, or vice versa. Like you want to, as he said, like you want to help each other grow, not compete with each other. You want someone that's going to clap for you when you're successful, and then hold you down when like you're not.
People tend to forget إن القمة تسع الجميع. It's not one person.
Yeah, there's space for everyone.
بالضبط.
يعني
يعني I don't have to put you down in order for me to grow. I don't have
and
to put you
unfortunately,
down.
that's what makes
لا.
some
course.
toxic friendships. They
Yes.
they need to be on the top and they want to have everyone below them because of the insecurities that they may have.
بالعكس عادي have those insecurities بس have them fuel you. أنا قاعدة أشوف عمر ناجح، أنا قاعدة أشوف فرح ناجحة، أنا بعد أبي أكون ناجحة.
Yeah.
فليش ما
And that's what a healthy and that's the main difference that of a healthy relationship, a friendship, and a toxic friendship.
yeah
I have an interesting topic.
tell me.
It's around the same friends and whatnot. What do you do with a friend that's broke?
That's
Friend-
broke?
Yeah.
What
Like
type of broke?
For example, you have a group of friends. One of the friends that you have cannot afford doing what the group is doing this week.
Okay.
And that happens on a monthly basis.
تمام.
What do you do with this person? I found that always awkward because there's always that one person that can't really join us what we're doing. So you get بالبيت, you know? But
لا.
do you pay for them every time? No.
Well, it depends. Like, are they the type that يعني, will they pay you back? Will they just take advantage
That's
of the
thing.
situation?
Okay, yes. Oh, they would always pay back, but they themselves don't want to be in debt every time, you know? But you
Okay.
want them to be there at the same time.
يعني you offer it, and if you know they're reliable, like they will pay. يعني if you're giving يعني هذا, and you offer and they refuse, خلاص, that's their choice. يعني.
I know certain people who lived like that. مو عشان شيء بس لأن you know people like لما they study they have the إعانة. So basically it's like what 200 KD.
Hey, limited.
It's extremely limited and 200 KD our lifestyle in general
It's not enough.
it's not enough.
Yeah.
I've experienced that. بس لما we're talking about someone who's studying, it's different than أنا قاعدة I'm working ومعاشي ما قاعد يكفيني.
Exactly.
معاشي ما قاعد يكفيني. Sorry, but I'm gonna be flat out and extremely frank. You gotta change your job.
Yeah.
ليش they're not paying you well? Are you doing something wrong? هل قاعد they're deducting something from you? Well, they don't pay well. They don't pay well. Oh, well, ترى في other corporations or other companies, other sectors, they're gonna pay you well.
لا هو it's not also, like sometimes you never know الظروف. Like some people like maybe يعني some people like take loans for their families or whatnot or
And
whatever.
some people are just limited with how
Yeah.
much they make. You know?
صح.
So يعني it just as it's very situational. Like if it's the person reliable, like مثلا, when you lend them the money, they will get it back.
Yeah.
And it's just like a matter of like, just next week, wait on me, whatever. Or if you offer and they decline, okay, but then there's those other people that just take advantage of the situation and expect it. That, of course, you don't entertain it. But when it's on the other type, لا يعني أحس عادي يعني. Because like they wouldn't have asked or they wouldn't have like put themselves in that position if they didn't trust you enough or like they know you're a close friend of theirs. They wouldn't confide in you يعني.
Okay.
ما أدري.
أنا أحس يعني if you know they're going through financial issues, why not sit down and have a talk about it to help them navigate their way about it.
So yeah, hopefully everyone finds a healthy friendship away from toxic people.
We gotta focus on emotional intelligence.
And if you're not feeling good, if you always feel down after meeting a specific someone or
Meeting
a friend,
friends group.
Yeah, just distance yourself from them. Talk, communicate, and if that doesn't fix, just
Don't use that excuse of like
I've known them for a while.
Yes.
People change. They don't stay the same. Obviously, if they evolve to the better, that's good. But if they go the other direction and it doesn't serve you and it causes you more issues and more problems, then you have to reconsider.
We لازم نركز these days on emotional intelligence. We have to, whether it comes to friendships, family, working in a corporation or wherever you work, you're gonna grow in your life. Okay, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're a wife, you're a mother. You have to grow. You have to understand how people think, how people work, and that all comes with emotional intelligence. Without it, المشاكل هذه اللي احنا we talked about it today, literally.
And inshallah, we'll stay away from those problems.
Definitely,
Stay in
inshallah.
peace.
And don't
always.
go actively seeking trouble, please, or drama. I know people who actively seek drama. يحبون ستايل حياة الفهد.
Yeah, basically, basically. Anything, they'll come up with anything. Fight مع أحد على الجروب, أحد دوام.
And if they don't find anything, they'll find in the comments.
Yeah, in the comments.
Oh,
There's
child.
those people, by the way, in the comments that they know and that their comment is going to start some sort of fight. They say it on purpose.
It's the fact that they took like 5 seconds out of their life to
Exactly.
write a comment.
And then go back and forth arguing. It's like, I ain't got no time for that, you know?
Alhamdulillah,
Bless
shahada.
you, child.
Thank you.
Okay, so I had a question. And it's an interesting question. I actually was inspired by Madam Joyce. She asked that question in her Cocktails and Takeaways podcast.
Ooh, I love that podcast.
Yeah,
I love
she's
that
amazing.
podcast.
So I heard her like asking a guest, and I started thinking about that question. I was like, okay, like I really want to ask that. Let's see, like, because I know each person is different. They grew up in different households.
Yeah.
But basically, the question was, and I'm gonna add my spin to it as well at the end. What is a habit or a tradition or anything that you took from your family's home and you apply it on your day-to-day life? It could be a good or bad thing, but you do it. And adding to that, what is something that you're happy you didn't take from that, from your house? Yeah, for example, in Cocktails and Takeaways, Madam Joyce was like, one thing that she took from her mom's, like, she freezes everything. يعني طبع خلاص صار a habit, and like anything she eats, whatever, she freezes it. So like, what is something that you do, a habit, a tradition, or whatever that you took from your family house, from your aunt, from your mom, from whoever, that you apply it, and it's like something you do? And what is something that you're happy that you didn't get?
Okay, so 2 things.
I can tell you mine if you want.
Yalla, tell me.
I don't know what you think.
إيه عادي.
You probably know it. Something that I took is eating fruits after every meal. Like I have, like, it's a thing where it's like every time I eat a meal, I'm like, okay, I need something, like I need the fruit.
وناسة. هذا شيء وايد حلو فيك.
إيه يعني because like since I was a kid, you know, my parents were like after lunch, because lunch was our main meal. So after lunch, my, like, you know, لازم
ميوة.
orange, or mainly an orange, or like there's always like watermelon on the table or whatever, and the fridge has to be stocked up with fruits. Like if there's only apples in the fridge, my dad's like, we don't have any fruits in the house. We need to go stock up.
لا حلو هذا شيء وايد حلو.
So that's something I took, and I really like, when I was thinking of that question, I was like, yeah, that's something that like really يعني, and then something that I'm glad
You didn't take?
I didn't take is travel anxiety. Like
Really?
not in terms of fear of travel or whatever. It's just that because I'm the total opposite. Like, you know, like having to be in the airport 4 hours before, paperwork has to be ready, everything has to be like that rush and that stress بالمطار. I'm so glad I don't have that, because like my parents always have like, you have to be in the airport 4 hours before. You have to be and I'm like, I'm very chill. I'm like, okay, it's fine. يعني عادي. I'm the total opposite. Like عادي, I'll go to the airport like an hour before the flight.
Okay.
And if I miss the flight, it's fine. There's another one. يعني.
I don't like missing the flight.
I don't like missing the flight, but
anxiety.
if it does happen, like
عادي.
I'm chill. Like it's fine.
Okay.
I know my sister has that a bit. She traveled with me once, and my younger sister. She was stressed out. She's like, oh my God, we need to get to the airport. Why are you so late? You're so cold. Why are you this? I'm like, chill. It's fine. We're going to get in their plane. Don't worry. We're going to get there.
أختي الصغيرة.
It's like, you're so cold. But I'm like, it's fine. Chill. We're going to get there. يعني.
شوفي البرود حلو.
Like in the سفر, شوفي, with traveling, I don't like to be that stress. Yeah, see, me and my brother were like that. We're like more عادي,
laid back,
chill, like in traveling.
Yeah.
My sister got that from my family.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something I am happy I did not get.
Alhamdulillah. What about you?
You.
خلينا نشوف وش
Okay.
عمر.
She's delaying her answer.
I am.
I'm glad she took her time with her answer, because I was looking at him and laughing. I'm like, I don't know what to think. It took me a while to like put it together.
It took me a while to think about it, but because I've seen that question before, I took a couple of days to think about it.
It's a good question. It was took me a minute. You know,
yeah, and I heard her, like I was watching one of her clips and I saw her say, I was like, oh my God, that's such an amazing question. Like it made you think deep, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so my answer is working with my hand. My dad always fixed things himself. Doesn't even if he did it wrong, he would do it himself. So I just started doing things
The
myself.
handyman.
As a handy, I would just do anything in the house. Hatta if things come from IKEA,
Yeah.
even if it's free, they would put it together for free in delivery. I want to do it myself. No, don't do it. You know.
Okay.
And at the same time, this is a lesson to depend on myself. But at the same time, what I learned not to do is not to depend on others. Because as a man, usually they depend on women. You know, it's a little bit in my family. It's like that. They don't know how to do things, you know, like clean or cook or how that for men, you know. So that's one thing I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna teach myself how to cook, how to clean, all of that.
Nice. And one thing that you're...
That's why he said
That's
he
it.
didn't.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Your turn now.
My turn.
Turning the tables on you.
One thing I'm glad, صح?
No, one thing that you took,
I took from my family.
it could be good or bad,
Okay.
عادي. And then one thing you're glad that you didn't take.
Okay. So one thing, شيء like احنا basically I come from a household, we're all perfume fanatics. We love perfumes. We're into that perfume world.
That's why you smell everything before you eat it.
Basically, you can say that لأن my mom has it.
Hey.
And زين my mom has it يعني 10 times more than me. يعني أنا عندي ولا شيء. I come nothing next to her. بس I remember like every time مثلا يكون في معرض العطور or like any perfume expo in Kuwait happening or whatever, my grandma الله يرحمها, she used to wait for me to go. وكان she would stay like up late. أبي أنطر سلي لي تي أبي أشوف شنو شرت. فينا هذا الكيوريوسيتي. ويدتي she was ما كانت تحب العطور العربية, كانت تحب extremely French French light وما أدري شنو. بس كانت تقول أنا أحب ذوق سليل بالعطور العربية. she used to always like wait for me إن أشتري. وهذا الله يرحمها من توفت ما قمت أروح بس يعني. So we're all into that perfume scene يعني. My mom من نوعها اللي she would use one perfume at a time. بس مثلا myself, my aunts, لا, we have bajillion perfumes out. We'll use whatever.
I think it's also an Arab thing.
It is an Arab thing,
Yeah,
actually.
because like most Arabs as well,
Yeah.
like they were very into the whole perfume
Yes,
world.
yes,
and-
yes.
Yeah.
Another thing is we're all into coffee in our household.
Yes,
يعني
that's
our
beautiful.
يعني our first Nespresso machine was bought because of my grandma الله يرحمها. She loved a good espresso.
Espresso.
That's why we bought our first Nespresso machine at home.
Nice. Your grandmother.
My grandma, الله يرحمها.
That's something very modern of her.
Yes.
You know, and espresso is like a new thing.
بالضبط.
They usually like their della, like the old school way.
I'm reverting back to that. I just bought a Della and I'm making coffee the way, you know,
So?
Arabs make it, you know.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Cuban one or the espresso one? The Italians and the Italians and Latinos, they use it.
The Cubano style.
The one where they put the water in the bottom.
coffee. لا water
The water in the bottom,
قهوة
coffee
فوق.
on top, and then when it boils, it goes
يطلع
up to the
صح
top.
صح
Yeah.
صح.
It's
It's
a
like a
two-part.
kettle. It's like a
It's a
kettle.
two-part thing.
إيه.
You screw it. Yeah.
وايد حلو ترى. It's
The
really good.
Italians use it and the Latinos use
Yeah.
it, but it's mainly for the cortaditos and
Yes.
the cortados and
Yeah. The Cuban style is really good.
yeah,
بعد.
cafe bustello.
أموت عليه.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
شنو بعد
What's
السؤال الثاني؟
something that you're glad you didn't take?
Something that I'm glad I didn't take. Well, I took it.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same. I'm like, oh shit, I took it though.
I took everything back.
Like, there's one thing you're like, oh my god, thank God I didn't.
They lived a life اللي they weren't emotionally aware of their surroundings. That they're not like lovey-dovey as much. أنا شوية I do express. With my friends, I express a lot. And my friends are like, I'm an only child. My friends are my sisters, my brothers. But I do express my love a lot to them. I have to highlight how important they are to me. But still we come from a culture شوية هذا الشيء مو موجود. This
I
is
get
something.
it. Yeah,
I'm,
there's two types of families. Families that tell each other I love you all the time and
Yeah.
families that don't at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mafi in between.
yeah. But we see it. We have tough love. إحنا بالعائلة.
Hey.
We have tough love.
Yeah.
يعني if you're outside of the, let's say, the gathering, they would say good things about you. Once you're there, you're.
It's always it's. I think that's the older generation.
في أصلاً مثل.
It's like they're the type like when they're with you, they don't say the good stuff. They're tough on you, like this you don't do this. You're not. But then like behind your back when they're with other people, no, they're like you're up to the roof. Yeah.
في مثل إنه يعني I forgot it right now. بس إن بما معناه إنه don't compliment the person قدامه.
But that's a good thing.
It's not good يعني. يعني راح يشوفون نفسهم or whatever. بس as children, kids or whatnot, you need to hear it from your parents.
Yeah.
Of course.
You need to hear it. You need to be validated from parents.
That's the only people you need validation
Yes,
from.
yes.
At that age.
Parents, family, whatever. يعني أنا ليش قاعد أقول حتى family لأن my aunts are my other mothers. يعني my second aunt, my third aunt, my younger aunt كلهم أمي وخواتي الثانيين. فحتى إذا زفوني حتى إذا عايروني I know it comes out of love. That's why. Tough love.
All right, now we're gonna end it with a segment. We've done the segment before. Overrated, underrated.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have some questions ready.
يلا.
Conversing with strangers, is it overrated, underrated?
Properly rated, أحس.
لا, underrated in our society right now. People
It's
like face to face. It's underrated لأن everyone is يعني social media.
لا هو شيء he doesn't mean it in that way. I feel he means it إنه يعني the importance of conversing with strangers or
No, it's just conversing with strangers. Overrated, underrated.
I feel like it's
rated.
properly rated, like because sometimes يعني
It's the vibe.
it's the vibe. Yeah,
It's the
it all
vibe.
comes down to the vibe and energy.
Yes.
It also comes down to how you're feeling that day. Like sometimes you just want to be alone. You don't want to talk
صح.
to anyone. فيعني خلاص you don't want to like you just don't give a chance. You just close the door. You know. Sometimes لا just it's situational.
It is extremely situational.
I feel it's properly rated.
ما أدري أنا generally speaking أحسه because يعني the era itself it's mostly social media heavy. فأحس it is underrated خاصة إذا كان face to face يعني not over a cell phone or whatever.
Interesting.
I agree actually, because for me, I tell my deepest secrets to strangers.
To strangers?
To strangers, yes, especially taxi guys. Sometimes if a taxi guy is nice and I start talking to him, I tell him the deepest shit I have. Because you know what? I'm never going to see him again.
You never know.
It's an opportunity for
Kuwait
me
is
to like
tiny.
unload, all of that, because
He's your doctor, Phil.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't talk about things to others, It's all in your head.
Yeah.
Just offloading it helps a lot. So I use that on taxis, unfortunately.
خاصة أنتوا شباب لأنكم ما تتكلمون.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Having a butler.
Overrated.
We don't have butlers in
We don't have
Kuwait.
butlers. They could be useful sometimes, but أحس it's not very comfortable. Like overrated in a way in that ليش? Because like when needed, yes, it's useful. But having a butler at all times, I feel so bad. Like, why am I like I can't go up and pick up a glass of water? This is so snobby of me. أحس like that's too much.
لا بس butler ما يجيب لك glass ماي. لا هذه الميد هي اللي تجيب
لا
لك.
butlers.
Yeah, he could. A butler could. It
The
depends on
butlers they
it
do
depends on the
everything.
house.
يعني butlers that's يعني it's like the maids بس
إيه.
برا that's what they use like يعني kind of like Bridgerton or
Yes,
يعني
yes, yes.
like the mostly the aristocratic.
مدبر المنزل.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
مدير
trans-
المنزل.
Yes, مدير المنزل.
Yeah. فيعني depending on how the role is and like how much of a role, like okay, if
Yeah.
he's like fixing everything, whatever, he's in charge of everything, the house, and not too much like on you depending on him, okay. But I still feel straight overrated. I feel it's too snobby of me to do that.
I mean, if I can have Jeffrey.
from
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's the best butler you could ever
Best.
have, you know?
yeah.
بس he is the one أصلا
He is
يعني
the butler. Yeah.
بس
Yeah.
Or the Anshad Dorota مالت Gossip Girl.
لا 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 لا
She went
Jeffrey-
spying for her. She was like telling her, like she was her therapist basically at that point.
لا لا بس جيفري يعني number one
Oh
صدق
yeah.
فهي
Jeffrey's
يعني
number one.
I feel like butlers are more of like fairy tale story. Yeah, like more of like it's not very realistic.
It's a mansion thing
It's an aristocratic thing.
it's a mansion thing
فأحس it could slightly overrated يعني. Because it's good to have, would be nice to have one, but at the same time when you reach that level أحس wow, like I'm such a snob.
Yeah, but if you're rich, if you're blessed and rich,
yeah
those people need money. There's
صح.
a lot of people that need money,
بس
so they
أحس
would be happy.
That's
being
what
a
I
butler.
said. That's what I said.
Very
Like
happy.
there would be a limit to how what they. يعني I'm not gonna depend on them on every
course,
single
yeah.
thing. أحس
لا لا let's look at a butler بمنظور إن
مدبر المنزل.
إيه يعني they're not bringing you a cup of water بس if something is not done right أنا ما راح I seek who's the person that did that wrongful thing. I would just address it to the butler and I'll know that they will be able to take care of it.
You know which movie I just remembered? Richie Rich.
لا أنا بالي تدرين
Old
شنو؟
school movie. Really old school.
شنو Sound of Music.
Ah.
بس أحس يعني I'm built to have a butler بس إن شاء الله أول ما أجرب راح أقول لكم.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I want to have those
I'm built to be rich.
dumb waiters. The dumb waiter, which is it's not a person. Don't worry. It's the you know the elevator for food.
إيه
That's called the dumb waiter.
صدق؟
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of households بالكويت فيهم.
Yeah.
A lot of households فيهم. بس لا I'm built for that rich life. بس
يعني
I'm
I
waiting
wouldn't
for
mind it, but as I said, like there's a limit. يعني I don't want to be too dependent and I'm snobby at that point.
لا لا.
You want to have يعني you want to have that like nice relationship, like a friendly relationship with the butler. It's like you're confident, like they're gonna look out for you, like if something.
Loyalty.
Yes, loyalty.
يلا.
She always breaks out into a song, you know.
I have to.
That's me. Like at that, like everyone that knows me knows, like
She's
I'm.
a jukebox.
Hey.
Yeah, like my
حطوا
brain.
فينا twist,
صح. My brain's like كل lyrics at this point. Yeah, شو أسوي؟
Okay. ما عدا dissing tracks. المهم عطنا next. عطنا شيء ثاني.
شو اسمه.
Last but not least.
Two more.
Two more?
We just did two.
إيه.
Why usually we do five?
يلا.
بس ما أدري maybe two or three.
Shaking hands.
Damn, today's are tough ones.
أنا لاحظت it's a bit controversial in our
this-
society.
Because
I
you
have
don't
a
know.
huge problem with it.
Yeah.
I
Because
have
women, hijabi women and non-hijabi women, it's so confusing. Some hijabi women I know, they would jump and hug me immediately.
Yeah.
Some hijabi women, they will not be in the same room while the door is locked.
Oh,
On
damn.
the other hand, some like a girl like you, عادي. I can't tell what religion. مو مبين يعني. It's عادي. She wouldn't shake hands. عيب حرام. It's so confusing.
It's a very, like, it is a gray area here. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I stopped. But this one time, I don't reach my hand and shake my hand.
I'll
with
wait.
women. I wait. But one time, one woman got insulted. She's like, I'm here. Why didn't you shake her? I shook hand with every single man. Waqif. Except her. She's like, she did this. I'm like, I'm sorry. Y'all are confusing.
I love the honesty though.
It's
I love
both.
the
It's both ways. It goes both ways too.
I don't know how I feel, but Madri, personally speaking, I'm shaking every engineer's hand, operator, senior, team leader, manager. I'm here, I'm present, I'm strong, deal with it.
Yeah.
Fist pump.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
I'm
cutest fist bump ever.
معلش.
No, it's not even a sound happening, you know? That sound effect, you know?
عاد حط كذي يعني اشياء you know
you know,
كنفتي طالع منه or something.
No, the boxing was like that. Come in the middle, the pow.
the pow مثلا صح بس شو تسوي يعني
What do you guys think about juice?
Juice
Yeah.
overrated.
Yes.
I don't drink juice.
me too والله
I guess it's
overrated
extra
وايد.
calories.
Yes, it's overrated, but I love juice.
And
if
I
drink
only
juice,
like
especially KDD, برتقال, when it's
No.
cold,
no.
if
أحلى
I'm
عصير
eating and I'm having
برتقال.
juice, I finish the whole big thing.
أحلى عصير
See,
برتقال
I
كده.
Yeah.
I feel it's extra calories that are not
إيه هو
needed,
إيه؟
extra sugar, and if I do drink juice, it has to be fresh. I love pineapple juice, fresh pineapple juice with a shot of ginger. I love ginger. I might be the crazy one. I actually love ginger shots. Like if I get a juice and I want to add ginger and I don't feel that ginger burn, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not enough ginger.
لا أنا ويا عمر صراحة KDD
لا.
عصير or
And
orange
hands
juice.
off to KDD.
Yes,
honestly.
definitely.
Every
Hats
single
off.
product, even the tomato juice they have is good.
لا,
Literally.
their red orange
Yeah.
خيالي.
Yeah.
The one that
passion
I-
fruit, their عصير
Actually, I was just, you read my,
the apple juice مالهم.
أحلى apple juice.
I don't like these juices because I feel they're not real juice. I'm weird, okay?
من زمان مو شيء جديد.
I like fresh juice, and I also like carrot juice. I enjoy carrot juice.
ويا الله
Not
يجزيك
because
نعمة.
it's healthy, but I actually enjoy carrot juice. I like carrot juice mixed with orange
برتقال, yeah.
and
Yeah, that's
beets
nice.
and beetroots. I like, as I said, ginger shots. Pineapple is my top juice. I like pineapple juice, like
You like everything pineapple-y.
pineapple, passion fruit, fresh. Anything that has passion fruit and mango, I love.
Mango is a bit heavy for me صراحة.
Not fresh, يعني if it's blended with it.
فرغلي.
Oh,
I have another one. I have another underrated, overrated.
يلا.
القلب.
overrated.
Awar
Overrated.
This is the Kuwaiti thing.
Oh, I don't
It's
like it. Come at me. I
عوار
do not
بطن.
like. والله عوار بطن. It's heavy.
It's so heavy, yes, but
It's
so
a
good.
meal. It's a meal.
But
It is.
but
It is.
it's overrated. Yeah, people
Yeah.
that are
Then wait.
dying to get it.
Wait, كوكتيل طبقات.
I love that. Yeah, that's nice.
Overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
كوكتيل طبقات.
It's heavy.
Because it's نفس عوار قلب يعني it's a thing.
It's heavy.
Well, like apparently أنا ما كنت أدري بهالشيء إلا لما I got married إن it's a thing. To like أول ما أحد like they get married إنه يروحون يشربون كوكتيل طبقات.
What?
I
didn't
swear
know
to
that.
God.
I didn't know
Except my
that.
husband's not here بس like كان شرح لكم الموضوع يعني.
طبقات. Okay.
يعني the
Yeah.
only thing من هذيلي these type of juices that I like, I actually go to خوخو مشمش and get pineapple juice. زين بس
دعاية حق خوخو مشمش.
I eat pineapple every week. I love
Okay.
pineapples.
But like the ones the layered ones, I like the,
layered ones, yeah.
strawberry with mango, the layered ones.
بس.
That's
Strawberry. ثقيل بثقيل.
That's frozen,
Yeah.
so it's like it's cold, you know, on a hot summer
yeah.
day.
Well,
It's
كوكتيل
refreshing.
طبقات is what? It's mango, strawberry وبنانا I think.
See, I don't like banana.
Yeah.
It's those if I'm not mistaken the white
And
part is bananas
I
if
don't
I'm not
like
mistaken.
or guava ساعات يحطون. I don't like banana in my smooth. Like I feel it makes it heavy.
Oh, banana is
I like a refreshing juice. I don't like those like.
a really good mint lemonade
Ooh.
slush.
But see, with that, I'm a little weird too. I prefer making my own lemonade because I add my own sugar. Like I use monk fruit sweetener.
Oh, wait.
Because like it's too sweet. My issue with juices from outside when they're not fresh is they add so much sugar to
Ma,
it.
you need to tell them. Like I do
I
say
literally-
in, less sugar.
No, I literally order lemonade with no sugar. And
Yeah.
I have my stevia and put
That's
it in. That's it.
perfect.
Because it's too much sugar. Even when you tell them no, like less sugar, it's still sweet.
صح.
So that's my issue with juice in general. Like when it's from out, unless it's fresh, I won't drink it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a problem with juice shops in Kuwait.
Sure.
Everything what I like to get is like mango, that frozen mango they have, and a bunch of fruits on top. You know that thing they make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to kiwis. I always tell them I'm allergic to kiwis, and they always give it to me with kiwis. And I give it back. What he does is he goes inside. They
Just
remove the
removes it,
kiwis
yeah.
off the
That's
top
my
of it.
thing.
I'm like,
You want me to
Yeah.
die?
I can't eat that.
Yeah.
You want me to choke?
I actually like. Actually, talking about kiwis, I like the combo of pineapple and kiwi juice.
I would never know.
I like it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
that
well.
wraps up today's episode.
Yeah, I'm getting myself a juice now.
From chocolate to juice. لازم Salil comes out of each episode
You
craving
guys
something.
remind me of something. شنو أسوي? Right now, I really crave like a bitter lemonade. Like I want that minty flavor and like.
Go to ananas. They probably have something nice.
لا, I'd rather do like something like on the lines of like خوخ مشمش
Maybe,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Well, that wraps up today's episode. Sweet and light, a bit deep as well. But on that note, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, comment, follow us on all other platforms. Episodes launching every Wednesday. As always, keep it for real. Big love.
Peace.
Peace. And that is a wrap, baby.